beef brisket. Very important. Minimum choice. So we're gonna do this one. It is a 11 pounder, not too bad. Do some updates as we go. Okay, now it's all trimmed up. We got the silver skin off and trimmed a bunch of the surface fat off here that was a little too thick. Rounded off the corners. So it's going to cook nice. And now it's time to put the rub on, mostly just salt and pepper. I keep all the fat and any of the meat trimmings. And we'll go from there. Okay, here we go. Salt, pepper. More salt than you think, and I like lots and lots of pepper. And then I did put some of this on, naughty rub, only because they sent it to me with my pellets, so I thought I would give it a try. But yeah, there you go. There's one side, there's the other. We're ready to go. I'm gonna let this rest for about a half an hour while I go get the smoker ready to go. And we'll go from there. Okay, we're getting the smoker set up. I'm actually gonna be using this Naughty Wood plum bar and almond mix from Naughty Wood, and I'm actually also going to use a smoke tube. It's got the same pellets in it, and we just light those up. Now what this is going to do is just add a bunch of smoke to the first part of the cook. I probably won't refill this. Obviously, once it's wrapped, it doesn't matter anymore anyways. So, yeah, just get that going. Okay, our grill's heated up. Time to put the meat on. Now, a couple things. We're just gonna make sure that's still smoking, and it is. All of the fat, tallow, we're gonna go ahead and put on there and let it cook at the same time, render down so we can use it later. And then, yeah, it's time to put this meat on. Okay, the brisket is on. You'll notice I do have the fat side down. That's because this first portion of my cook is to get smoke flavor, get that bark going. And that fat's gonna protect the meat to a certain degree. Later, when we reach internal temp about 175, it will have cooked to the meat as well, and sometime before that I might come flip it over, maybe not. I don't think it makes a big difference, especially when we're going to be pouring some tallow on it before we wrap it. The smoke tube is going well. I do have a meter, kind of a cool little temperature probe, and it has an app that shows me everything that's going on. So this is it for quite a while. We'll probably go till maybe 3 or 4 in the morning until our temp rises up to that close to 170, 175. So we are at 145 degrees internal temperature. It's time to crank up the smoker to 225 and let this thing go. We want it to get up to about 175, 180. And then we'll go ahead and wrap it. Okay, our internal temp is at 185. Look at that beauty. Looking good. We're gonna go ahead and pull this off and go get it wrapped. Okay, we are ready to wrap. And our fat has rendered down some, so we're gonna go ahead and use it. We're gonna dump it a little bit on the meat. And we're going to get our paper wet as well. All right, just like that, time to wrap. Okay, it's all wrapped. The probe is back in, and we're going to throw this now in the oven. There's no sense putting it in the smoker and wasting pellets because This is going to protect it from any more smoke flavor getting in anyway. We're going to go in the oven at 275. And we're going to go until the internal temperature reaches about 205. And then we're going to check it, probe test it to see how it is. However, I did a little bit of probing and it's darn close already. So I think at 205 this baby's coming out. We're going to go ahead and throw this in the oven with it so it will continue to render out. And we'll get the most out of that we can. There we go. Probably gonna check on this way before it hits 205. So we went ahead and pulled it at actually just under 200 degrees. It'll probably climb up to the 203. We opened up the package, the wrap, let the steam come out of it so it stops the cook for the most part. And we're going to leave it in the cooler so that it cools down slowly to around 145. Well, it turned out pretty darn good. Got plenty of smoke in it. It's nice and juicy. Nothing to complain about there. I probably left a little too much fat on right here, but it actually rendered, so yep. Looks pretty good and tastes fantastic.